Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from the Lost Isle Zoo here on the ZAWA Together. Reminder that this is a server that you out there watching can actually play on. It is in Java, so there's a mod pack, link in the description. It's a Patreon server, so there's also a link in the description for that. Just a quick reminder. All right, now let's get back to what we're actually here for. This thing I'm standing right in front of here, actually, is the one that's right behind me, is the Otter exhibit. We built this last week. It's a lot of fun. We did a lot of cool stuff on it, and it came out great. I think it looks fantastic. I can't actually wait to get these little guys in here. But to do that, I'm going to have to get names for them, because I don't want them to despawn. And so I think that's kind of up to you guys to do the naming. So I'm going to peek into the comments section. I'm going to pick out 6 names. Okay, we've got 6 otters. Oh yeah, they can also swim over here. They can swim under this bridge. It's totally a thing that they can do. I've got 6 otters to name, and you guys delivered once again in the comment section. So let me just go peruse through that and name some of these guys. Okay, for the first otter name, we're going to go with the one, the only, the one that everyone loves, Rosa. All right, now Rosa is named after a real-life sea otter. Okay, now these aren't sea otters, but you know what? Who cares? Rosa was a sea otter, lived to be the age of 24 out in Monterey Bay, in the Monterey Bay Aquarium. I believe that's out in California. And it was like the oldest sea otter in captivity. And so they end up using her as like a surrogate mother for a lot of pups that they got in and stuff, so that they could introduce them back into the wild. She ended up being like a foster mom for like 20-some sea otter pups, I think it was. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, Doug, the YouTuber, or actually he's more of a Twitch streamer, but YouTuber Doug did live streams for Rose's birthday for I think like 4 or 5 years or something like that over on his channel. Big shout out to Doug also. If you guys haven't watched him, he's actually fantastic. But he did a live stream for Rose's birthday every year. And then upon her passing, he did a memorial live stream. And all proceeds he occurred during these live streams, he donated to Monterey Bay Aquarium. As a result, he ended up a big old leg spike right there. As a result, across all of the live streams that he did, he ended up donating over like $1 million to Monterey Bay Aquarium. He's actually, I think he's up there with like Google and the U.S. government for how much money he's donated. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome anyway. So we're going to name this one Rosa after that sea otter. Rest in peace, Rosa, the queen. You will be missed dearly, but you'll always be remembered. And also big shout out to Love to Craft for pointing that one out. All right, and then no real big, huge backstory on this one. The next otter is going to be named Emmett Otterton. Okay, now that is the, or so I'm told here. This is the otter in Zootopia. I actually haven't seen that movie. I know you guys are going to hate me for that. I haven't seen that one, so I'm going to take your word for it. Emmett Otterton, or at least I'm going to take Noob Monkey Man and Matt Myers' word for it anyway. So if it's wrong, if it's totally wrong, blame them. All right, and for the next one, really in-depth name here. You guys are gonna love this one, Dave. we're gonna name one Dave, and that's because 2 people actually suggested it. Jordan Connings and Up the Cows both suggested Dave for no real good reason other than just name one Dave. Okay, and then for the next otter here, we're gonna name this one Otto. I think we actually might have, whoops, there goes the anvil. I think we might have named one Otto before in the past seasons, but you know what? We're going to do it again. Now, if only I had a whole bunch of iron that I could remake this anvil with, wouldn't that be great? But big shout out to Captain Astral, Nikolai, and Up the Cows for all suggesting Otto. And it's back! Alright, now let's hop into the wonderful world of Pokemon, shall we? because both Sloth Buddy and Poke Lewis both suggested Oshawott. Now that is, of course, Pokemon. I think it's from like, what, 4th or 5th generation? I can't remember. I think it's one of the starters, though. And along the lines of Pokemon, big shout out once again to Sloth Buddy and Captain Astral for naming this one Buzel. Yep, we're going to name it that one. Bam. There, we got our 6 otters. We're going to go ahead and just go drop those into their exhibit, and hopefully they'll be okay, meaning they won't escape. You know, because that's what I'm kind of concerned about. This exhibit was a little close to the walking path. Now, I am not overly concerned. I'm going past it. I'm not overly concerned with these guys attacking me. I really don't think that's going to happen. I do not see a way that they can get out of this exhibit. That does not mean they can't. It means I cannot see a way for them to. After all, the zebra got way up on top of that like cliff edge, and there's no way out of that exhibit. I even had somebody on the server, I think it was Sakana, come in and take a peek. And yeah, she can't see it either. She has no idea how that zebra got out. Apparently they can fly. I thought it was a reindeer or something. But no, the reindeer exhibit was next to zebras. Like right here. This was the zebra exhibit. And then we found one of the zebras up here. But it's actually, the reindeer exhibit's over here. So I don't know. Maybe they were talking through this wall and passing out how to fly notes to each other. I don't really know. Anyway, so let's get in here and start putting down some some otters here. So first one's gonna be Rosa. Oh, Rosa's a little baby. Little baby. Come here, Rosa. Rosa. There you go. Rosa, are you gonna be good underneath there? Otter in its natural habitat. Okay, anyway, so there we go. Let's go ahead and put down Emmett Otterton right now. Bam, there we go. There you go, Emmett. Enjoy your stay. Now, Rosa's swimming around out here somewhere. I don't know where Rosa is. I kind of want to... I'm a little nervous that Rosa's underwater. And let me quickly turn off my ability so if I need to scoop her up again, I don't like hurt her any more than she already is. Oh, okay, Rosa's out of the water over here. Okay, so Rosa... Okay, yeah, you're good. You still got another almost 1,000 seconds before you're fully matured. Go hang out with Emmett for a little bit. Okay, I was a little nervous there because, you know, Rosa was just swimming underwater. All right, for the next one, here comes Dave. There we go, Dave. Okay, so Emmett, you're in charge here until these guys grow up. And then for the next one here, we're gonna put down Otto. It's getting to be almost nighttime here, so Otto, there you go. You're also in charge, at least because you're an adult. These are from the Little Critters mod, by the way. I think was the same last season as well. All right, then we're gonna throw down Oshawott. There you go, Oshawott. Welcome to the zoo. Look at you. You look adorable. And then we're gonna throw down Buzel. All right. Whoa! Hey, come back here. There you go. Enjoy your stay, Otters. You got a couple of little babies here. Rosa's just starting her lifespan here on this world, so many more years, Rosa. Many more years. Look at that. The sunset is even cooler now from over here by the penguins with this little viewing area because the masts go right where the sun is. That's so cool. Look at here. Get your screenshots. Get here. There you go. Take your screenshots. Doesn't that look beautiful? Holy cow. That is nuts. All right, I gotta sleep because creepers be creeping. Speaking of the masts, no, I have not made progress on the zoos. Not since last week when I knocked out a whole bunch of progress, but I really need to get on this and finish it because I want to finish that ship so I don't have to ever worry about it again. But what am I worrying about in this episode? It's not the ship. Sorry. I'm going to try to... Oh, big leg spike. I'm going to try to build an exhibit. But the problem is I have absolutely no idea which exhibit I'm going to build. So I got to go shopping. I got to go shopping down in my chest here and see what animals... Oh, right on the knees. What animals I got. You know what? I don't exactly have a whole lot of time today. I know it's horrible, but it's true I don't. For recording an episode. I was going to try to just knock this one out quick. But what if we made a bullfrog exhibit? Those things are kind of cool. I actually don't even really know what I'm going to do for that or where I'm going to build this thing. But I think a bullfrog exhibit would be really sweet. In fact, I don't actually really need to... Hold on, I'm going to stick them in my end chest if there's room. Yeah, okay, I'll stick them in my end chest if there's room there. Along with all these heads and stuff. Alright, so bullfrogs, huh? I mean, I know they live in, like, ponds and water and swamps and muck and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure anyway. Might have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's where they live in. But the question is where? Where am I going to put a bullfrog exhibit? Like, I could put it right here. Right here. It'll be the third time that I renovated this. Because, like, remember the first time was for the praying mantis, and then they like to just kind of choke themselves off by stuffing their heads inside the solid walls and then dying. And then the carpenter ants was the next one, and then they just kind of despawn over time, which is really unfortunate. And I could put it here for that, but you know what? I'll find it. I'll find a new home for it. Hold on. I don't want to revamp another exhibit. Look at the skunks. Aren't they adorable? The spider in there, that's less adorable. But you want to know what's least adorable? This giant hole. I thought I finished all the landscaping here on this part of the island. It's on the side of the volcano. Apparently I did not. I see both of you over there. Let me just kind of get rid of both of you. There we go. Spiders everywhere too. But yeah, this giant hole right here. Here, let's just pop that guy too. I need to fix this for sure. But it's also got me thinking though, what if we built an exhibit? Okay, it's a skunk. I was like, oh, thank God, the skunk and not a tarantula. But what if we built an exhibit, yeet, right here? All right. I know it's kind of weird because it's on the side of the skunk exhibit, but this isn't going to be here. All right, this is going to be it's going to be filled in. What if we, because it's going to be over here, would be the viewing area. This is on the other side of the badgers, I believe. Yeah, the badgers are over there. All right, so you're sitting here going, ooh, ah, badgers, and you go, bullfrogs. Okay, like you turn around, and right here along this whole overhang that we got right here is a bullfrog exhibit. I think that might be pretty cool. I obviously have to carve this out and then design a nice little cave for them to live in here, but I think that would be really, really cool. And it looks like I got a little bit to work with here. I got 1, 2, 3, carry the fire. I had like 7 or 8 blocks to go with that I can back the exhibit up here until it's at the back end or on the side of the skunk exhibit. So I could probably smash a bullfrog exhibit in here. Okay, I went ahead and closed up that wall right there. I must have missed that in the live stream when I was trying to do all the terraforming over here. So just for your guys' knowledge, it was right here. I missed a little bit right there. Now, hopefully that's the only part that I missed, and now I have all the stonework done in here. I hear footsteps. It might be a skunk though, so it's no reason to panic. None whatsoever. There's definitely not something terribly horrible and evil in here that might bite my face off. We're good. We're good. All right, so now I have to actually design the. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. I think that was one of the kangaroos. Now I have to design a little bit of a cave in here, okay? And it's gonna be just this little guy right here, just a little bit. I have 2 bullfrogs, so I don't want to design like some huge exhibit for them. But I'm thinking like the piranha size, exhibit would be pretty good. And I also like how this cave or the wall here still has the overhang on it. And it even goes down in front of the exhibit a little bit. So the glass is gonna be here on the stone bricks. Right in here, giving you a nice flat kind of area to look through here, but that's okay because this whole cliff face is basically flat. So as you're walking down here, you like I said, badgers on the right side here, and then you're gonna have the bullfrogs right tucked in right here. So I think this looks really cool. I'm gonna add a little bit of detailing maybe on the outside here, but then I have to design a cool looking cave for the inside of this. And because I am pressed on time, I'm gonna skip the time lapse, and in a blink of an eye, it's gonna be done for you guys. Okay, there we go. Got the cave done. Ta-da! Blink of an eye, like I told you. Okay, so there's one thing I want to kind of change right there. Not that. Right here. I want to kind of do that. There we go. I don't really want to have them have a spot where they can kind of drown underneath there. All right, so bullfrogs are they have a wide variety of species to them. Okay, so the ones I have are just called bullfrogs. I mean, if you look at them, they're just called bullfrog. Okay, it doesn't really. Oh, African and Indian. Maybe it does tell me. Let me do a little bit of a little quick Google search here then. Okay, one Google search later, I found out that there's a lot of type of bullfrogs out there, but with these being African and Indian bullfrogs, there's a couple of different species that those could be also, but I just kind of picked one. There are crowned bullfrogs that live in Africa, and they're primarily found in like rivers and lakes and tropical and all that other stuff like that. They're found in water, marshy areas though. And then there's Jordan's bullfrogs, which are found in India, and those guys live primarily in like the plains and stuff, but they do breed in water. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with more of a marshy swamp kind of exhibit for this as well, with a little bit of water in it and a whole lot of like kind of maybe tropical looking areas. Maybe even put like a little patch of grass over in one other area of it too, to kind of represent both kind of frogs that we're going to be putting in here. All right, and for this exhibit, I think I'm going to go with a selection of grass blocks, coarse dirt because I'm changing it up, gravel, and mud blocks. Okay, if we're going to be doing some kind of murky, swampy kind of feels to this thing, I'm going to be definitely including those. Now, I wouldn't mind. There's not a lot of room to work here, okay? So I got to get a little creative with this, but I wouldn't mind there actually being like water kind of right in front here, and it's like checkered in almost, like it's not like a pond, so to speak, as it is more like just kind of like a wet area. And then have it kind of spread out from there and put maybe some tropical stuff maybe in the back left here, and then more plainsy area over here. Kind of representing, like I said, the 2 areas that these frogs would be kind of found in. I think that would be kind of clever. So, usually I just throw in a blank canvas of grass, which I think I'm going to do again, and then we'll go from there. All right, there we go. Got the blank canvas of grass. Now, this does look really boring, so what we're going to do is probably add a little bit of an elevation change, like right here. Just a small little something in the back. Nothing too fancy, just enough to kind of raise it up off the ground a little bit so that it's not so flat and boring. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. Already adds a whole lot of depth to the exhibit that it didn't have before. Let's go ahead and dig out where the pond-ish, swamp, marshy thing is going to be. And kind of, well, actually, you know what we'll do? Here's what we'll do. This will be great. We'll dig this down one, actually, and we'll put it down a little bit farther. And that way the water that's building up there kind of makes a little bit of sense then, doesn't it? Because it's kind of like a lowland, a low area. Alright, so let me knock that out right there, and I guess we don't really need to knock that part out, because I'm just about to cover this all up. Although, I might need a couple of spots where I put, like, I'm going to put stone. I'll put stone here. So that, well, you can't see it anyway. Actually, I might put lighting here in the long run, but I'll put stone here for right now. Alright, and then we're going to replace all this with grass then, and then this is the part that I'm going to end up probably taking a lot of this out and replacing it with, like, mud and podzol and stuff instead. Alright, there we go. I got it put in. See, it looks all muddy and disgusting here now. So all we got to do to really make that, really sell that, is to get a little bit of water in here. And you can do that simply by adding water. I know, mind blown, right? Alright, let's drop the water in here. And there we go. That should be good enough. Let's get our water buckets back so we can refill our backpack here. Good. Alright. So there, we got the water put in. Now it's just like a little bit down here, a little swampiness. I keep hearing footsteps, and I keep thinking that there's a spider coming after me. But let's not forget that right on the other side of this wall is a skunk exhibit. So it's those guys walking around that I'm hearing a lot of the times. And I'm going to check every time, because who knows, it could be a creeper creeping and stuff. Okay, so we got this down here. Now the landscape itself, I don't even know if I need to change too much of. I do want to add like a couple path blocks and stuff. Bullfrogs can be pretty big. And big bullfrogs can sometimes mat down the grass, you know, so we're going to go ahead and do that in a couple spots. This looks not good. So let's just pop that right out of there, and we'll replace it with like some, not coarse dirt, podzol. All right, I've been putting podzol up here instead, and I don't really know if I want to add too much coarse dirt to it, because this is supposed to be like a jungle area, and this is supposed to be more like a plains area. This one maybe a little bit on this side. Yeah, maybe a little, maybe just a touch. Let's do this. Kind of pop it in here every once in a while, like so. Already, I think that looks pretty good. All right, I'm flying. Holy cow, I'm flying for no reason. Would you please stand up? Am I lagging? I'm crashing. All right, oh boy. All right, one incredibly terrible crash later, and I am back. All right, so now that we got that done, I think we're basically done with the ground blocks. So we can just kind of, oh, hold on, give me that back. Just kind of eject all the stuff into here, except for the stuff that's going to be going into the bat backpack. Okay, so we're already on to foliage now. I gotta hide lighting in here, sort of. Hold on, wait, where's the squid backpack? Do I have any of those really cool, fancy heat lamps in here? Now, heat lamps probably not necessary for frogs, I don't think, but well, no, they don't really act as very good lighting either, I don't think either. So, hold on, maybe not heat lamps. They look kind of cool, but I don't really think that's going to work. Maybe we just got to do this the good old-fashioned way with glowstone. I only have 9 pieces. I got to go get more of that. I think I have some more down in my hidey hole. But maybe we just got to hide a little bit of glowstone in here. For that, we're going to need some leaves as well. So, plains area, huh? Yellow birch leaves would probably work. Aspen leaves might work also. Jungle leaves, yes. Palm leaves work, I think, are going to actually work in here, even though they, you know, it doesn't make much sense. Either palm or willow leaves, because look at these things. I think that looks really cool, especially for the jungle area, actually. I think that works better for the jungle area. So, why don't we go over here? Because I'm not going to be able to fit a tree in here. That's pretty obvious. So why don't we knock this out. Ooh, and get some stone on the hotbar here so we can fix this part right here. And then go down 1 and throw down some glowstone in here. And then cover it up with some palm leaves. I'll mix in some jungle leaves too as well, so that this really kind of looks like it's completely overgrown. But I think this will be a good way to actually add in some hidden lighting in here that will blend in quite nicely. Now, can you see that from over here? Ooh, yeah, you can kind of see that from over here. Don't worry, hold on, I'll fix that. Ta-da, all fixed. Okay, sweet. Now we can probably knock out these torches, get the lighting right here before we move on to the next part. Oh, I was trying to avoid falling in the water because that gives me night vision. It's hard to see the light then. Okay, this is fairly well lit up. I think from now, here on out, I even hid one down there, which you can kind of see, kind of, sort of, but not really, down there underneath the water. But all right, let's go ahead and actually add a little bit more foliage in here, just kind of really sell the jungle kind of feel to this. You tuck it back there so it looks like it's actually overgrown. This part of the wall I can actually pull away and do some fun stuff with, because it doesn't show so into like a skunk exhibit or anything like that. So I can actually do some. Would you just stand up? I'm trying to jump up here. So I can actually kind of do stuff with the ceiling as well, and maybe have a little bit of drooping vine action. Ooh, that's not what I wanted, but you know what? Happy accident. I kind of like it. Let's actually add this in there too. Yeah, something like that. Actually, that looks really cool. So remember, jungle area over here, plains over here to represent the 2 type of bullfrogs that we're going to be throwing in here, or at least the 2 that I selected off of Wikipedia. And and then of course water here for them to both splash around in. Okay, let's grab let's put away some of the leaves because I think that's probably enough leaf block foliage for this right here. I don't really need to add a whole lot more. Except for maybe on this side. Hold on 1 second. I might want to throw at least another 1 or 2 somewhere over here. Just like a little bush of it there or something, just to kind of make this seem a little bit more uniform. Yeah, okay, that works a little bit better. All right, we'll leave that the way it is. All right, now let's grab the wood backpack, and there's some branches in here too. I wouldn't mind actually adding these kind of along the sides of stuff, like back there, so they don't go back there for one. This looks kind of like a briar patch, sort of, kind of. It's not really supposed to. I didn't mean for it to, but it does. So let's just kind of add in a couple of these bigger branches on top of stuff too, just kind of make it look sort of like it's a wild, like bushes and stuff. Okay, I think that's probably good enough. I don't really want to add any more to that. And then let's grab the plants backpack, see what plants we can do. Now I do want to do some stuff with the water. Okay, first things first. Let's do let's grab a bit of bone meal here, and let's just kind of get some seagrass going in at the bottom of it, so it looks really overgrown. Okay, and then let's hop into the plants backpack and see what else we can throw in there. Red floaters, good. Okay, so obviously bullfrogs are gonna like murky water and stuff, so we're gonna make this look disgusting. Lily pads, let's get these tiny lily pads and throw a couple of them in there. I know I have the big lily pads too, which I can throw one in here. Hopefully the bullfrog doesn't get like stuck under it. I don't think they will. If they do, they're a horrible frog then, because I mean, come on, man. Do we have any more lily pads or anything that we can throw on the top? Let's see, there's a floater stuff. Duckweed I think goes on the top of stuff. We're just gonna cover this entire area. Look at that. It looks disgusting. All right, now one thing that I wouldn't mind finding in here, probably a flower backpack, is the water hyacinth, whatever this is. All right. And we're just gonna pop this off like right here, and we're gonna swap. I like the duckweed, so we're gonna swap that right there, and we're gonna place that one right there. Biggity bam! Look at that. Doesn't that look like a cool place for a bullfrog to find a bullfrog in? I think it does. I think it does a lot. The mud really adds a nice touch to it too. Okay, now let's grab. We could actually do some flowers. Like these guys will look really good, especially in like the jungle-esque area. Let's just throw him like right there. Actually, you know what? We might be able to get away with doing one more of those things too. They change color sometimes based on where they're set. So they might be yellow sometimes. Like that. There's a yellow one right there, and there's a pink one up there. That's awesome. All right, sweet. Now what about over here in the plains area? Now, it talks about more like a field or plains kind of thing, but the picture it shows for the what are they called? The Jordan frogs. They're the bullfrogs, they're kind of more in mud still. So it's like, I think it's like more of a really damp area. But what can we throw in here to make it look kind of like a plains-esque more? I keep thinking like orange because that's supposed to be like hot or warm or whatever, but it's not necessarily the greatest thing. Ink and lily, I don't think that's actually the right kind of flower to throw in here, but as far as like in real life. But I think as far as our exhibit goes, oh, it's nighttime. Creepers be creeping. As far as our exhibits go, I think this will work out just fine. Let's take a power nap before creepers blow me up. All right, I'm thinking this looks really good. Really good for right now. I think this is pretty snazzy. All right, so I do want to add a couple more path blocks. Oops, yeah, I accidentally dipped my toes in water there. A couple more path blocks right there. Maybe one right there too. Yeah, okay, that breaks it up a little bit more. It was a little too grassy, you know? A little too grassy for me. Are there any other plants? Johnson's grass. I'm making it a point really to get one of these things in every single exhibit. We can actually even throw it down. Actually, no, come here, Johnson's grass. Come here, give me that back. We'll throw it somewhere like right back here because if I'm not mistaken, there are things that can grow next to water that would make a whole lot more sense, like cattail, for example. Let's just plant that there instead. I keep hearing steps. Oh, it's a badger. That's what it is. Okay. What else can we grow next to? Next to reeds is something we can grow, but I'm having trouble seeing right here. I'm having trouble seeing them. Can't grow it on that. Can grow them right there. I've limited kind of my access to certain things because I swapped them out with mud. So I guess that's about as good as it gets. I would have liked this to be kind of flip-flopped, which I could do. I could totally do. Hold on, watch this. Let me just dig this up. And then let me dig this up. And let me dig that up too. And then let me place that there. We're gonna flip-flop these. And then let's take the mud and put it right there. And then let's take the grass and put it right there. Alright, sweet. And then all we just need is a piece of dirt. Yeah, I can just use one of these things. Replace that there. That'll get turned from grass into dirt, no biggie. And then I just need a bucket of water. There we go. Swapped them. I think it looks a lot better. And then we just need our duckweed again. Cover that up. Okay, and then take a reed, put it right there. I like that a lot better. Because it's not on the same, was it X or Y or whatever. It's not on the same row as the cattails then. Change it up just a little bit. In fact, we can probably throw one more right there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Sweet, okay. That looks good. I think we're good on the flowers and on the plants that I want to add in here. So now I think it's just a matter of raising the grass up around this place, and that spells mama. Okay, the grass has been put in, the tall grass anyway. This looks pretty good, pretty snazzy. Actually, hold on, I don't really like this one being too tall, and it's totally blocking the nice yellow flower that we got there. So let's just kind of leave it out of there, and we'll put it right nowhere. Actually, I don't really think it works I don't really think it works anywhere. Or we'll stuff it down there, nobody will see it. Okay, so let's grab ourselves a couple of pebbles here, because no exhibit is complete without a couple little stones. I just keep hearing footsteps everywhere, jeepers. I'm so paranoid about spiders in this area now. Got some severe case of arachnophobia. All right, let's just dot these stones in here, and I'm thinking that should be pretty good. What do you guys think? Bullfrog exhibit? Does this look like a pretty good one? I know it's a small exhibit, but for what it is, I mean, I only got 2 bullfrogs, and I got to be really careful because I believe these things have barely any health. So I definitely have to turn off all this stuff when I'm handling them. All right, let's get the glass in, and then I think we're done. Okay, I think that's it. I think the bullfrog exhibit is done. Now, if you guys remember earlier in the episode, I pointed out that I actually have 2 bullfrogs. Okay, I have both of them are male. One is an African bullfrog, and the other one is an Indian bullfrog. So I'm pretending then, because there's several types of bullfrogs in those areas, I'm pretending that this is going to be a crowned bullfrog and a Jordan bullfrog. And so therefore we got a little bit more of like a plains kind of area over here, or like a field kind of thing, and we got what's supposed to be more like a jungle feel over here. I could actually throw like, ooh, hold on one second. Give me one quick second. A melon. Throw a melon in here. Okay, now I don't think I've used a melon in any exhibit actually. But yeah, that definitely brings out the jungle look to it, though, doesn't it? Like the only thing better than that could be like cocoa pods, which I mean wouldn't be a bad idea to toss them in there too. But yeah, toss a melon in there. That looks actually really, really good. I'm just nervous because I heard a footstep over here, and I was like, "There's no skunks this way." Looks like there might be something underneath me though. Scary. There's Badger right there, though. Alright, you guys, I think I'm going to wrap things up here, though. So if you did enjoy this episode, please go down in the comment section and let me know, and then hit that like button while you're at it. And also in the comment section, while you're there, give me a name for these bullfrogs. I got 2 of them. I don't know what to call them. If I had 3, I'd name them Bud, and then Wise, and then because of the old commercial from back in the day. Boy, a lot of you probably don't even remember that. God, I'm old. Anyway, so I'm going to get out of here. So thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode of ZAWA. Have a good rest of your weekend. Actually, it's Friday. You guys made it. Woohoo! And I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye!